This is it. This is our last segment of Lowcountry Money Talk, and we have covered a lot, but we have a lot more to cover. So we're going to jump right in and do that. Phil Bloyd,
hey.
I'm always glad when you stick with
Still
us.
Here.
You know,
Where am I going to go?
We have more to cover.
Right.
So, all right, let's talk about the 4 Ds of retirement. The 3 we've covered already, in case you're just tuning in, are diversification, defense, and dependability. Now, the last one you might argue is maybe the toughest and maybe even the most important. It's discipline. So if you have a plan, if you're following the first 3 Ds, but you don't have discipline, what good is it? So walk us through the why here.
I learned my discipline from the United States Marine Corps. Some people say they are very good at that.
I would say, yeah.
So, you know, an advisor, a good advisor, think of, hey, we've done all of these plans and all the other Ds. Now it's my job to keep you focused and keep you disciplined. Not, you know, you still want to have the money to spend and do whatever you want to do, but you know, we got to be careful that we don't drift off from our original plans. This is what this money's for. This is what that money is for. And so a lot of time I spend, Jessa, just reminding people, okay, you know, maybe this we designed 10 years ago.
Right.
This is what this is for. This is what that's for. Because one of the biggest fears that our viewers have is running out of money.
Absolutely, yes.
So when I have events, a lot of times I'll ask them, like, if you're healthy, everything's going well, you know, how many of you want to live to 100? You know, a lot of hands will go up. And I'm like, well, how many would want to live to 100 if you're broke? And a lot of hands go down.
Right.
Because it's not going to be as much fun if you don't have money. So that's one of the biggest things. So the discipline, make sure that we have the income plan, but we have to follow the income plan. Yeah. If we start getting out of bounds, then we're not going to have the results.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because people, if you start getting out of balance with your plan, or in life, if you're out of balance with your health and different things, you don't have the results you want.
Absolutely.
So it's very important, if you have a health plan, you get up, you're exercising, you're doing these things right, you need to have a financial plan, you need to have a coach, your advisor, keep you on track for that plan. Because if you get out of whack on that plan, you're not going to have the results that you want, and you have problems.
Well, and that's what's so important about having somebody who understands that the necessity of the discipline and also can look at it objectively and keep you on track. You're like a life coach, Phil.
I've been doing this 31 years. I've seen all plans, many of them, hundreds of them, from beginning to end, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I see many of them end each year, you know, with death or whatever it may be. So I know the beginning from the end just by going through it so many times.
Right.
And most people are still in that journey, and they're like, well, Phil, you know, you're 57, how would you know? I've been through that journey with clients so many times.
Over and over and over.
I know how that journey's gonna go. So, you know, we wanna make sure that we're disciplined, that we don't, you know, we get a lot of pressure from media and stuff. Hey, the market, get in there and this and that. We don't want all of our income wrapped up in the stock market, because if we go through what we did in the last year and we're like, okay, I need $5,000 a month or $2,000, whatever it may be, the stock market may not be the place to get those things.
Right. And I want to make sure we have time for this, Phil, because the way that you take a look at how people are doing and where we're at when you do these revolutionary wealth reviews to make sure that you can have all of your 4 Ds in order is you really look at several different factors. So kind of share that with us, if you will.
Okay, the first thing we'll look at is a portfolio analysis. I need to know where you've been the last 60 years.
Right.
Okay, or 70 or wherever. So that portfolio analysis is going to show me where you've been and where you are, how much you're paying in fees and expenses. Are you performing with the market, up or down? Most I see, unfortunately, are down, below the market. So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
The next thing, risk. Do we have too much risk? So you might put on your questionnaire, you know, answer these questions, and then I look at your portfolio, I'm like, this doesn't match, because you're answering the questions that you should be at 30% aggression in the market, and you're at 60.
You should be able to look at somebody's risk and know how old they are without looking at them in the face,
I would say
right?
So, yes.
Yeah.
And most
doesn't always happen,
unfortunately, a little bit too high. But we want to have some risk, though. You know, the other thing would be income plan. You know, we talked about that this whole show. So do I have an income plan? How does it perform, you know, bear markets, bull markets alike? And the last thing, but maybe perhaps the biggest thing, is how much am I going to lose in taxes?
It's amazing how important that is.
The way that I'm taking distribution, and can I fix that? So most people I see have the opportunity to save in taxes and asset fees and expenses.
Yeah.
So why not? Because that's like taking a pay raise.
Absolutely.
We all
is.
like pay raises.
We do, and that's just so smart. And you know, unfortunately, we don't have a crystal ball, so we don't know what the future holds. But you know, it's very likely that this market volatility and inflation and these other concerns that we're facing are going to be with us for a little while. We got to hang in there. But your team is going to make sure that, you know, the viewers who are watching who want to take advantage of these assessments are able to make sure that their retirement security is top of mind, that you're not going to run out of money. So go ahead and get those complimentary meetings in. Rachel will take good care of you. And as I always say at the end of these shows, the most important thing is that you tune in again.
Yes.
We have so much fun. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.